Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Evolution. So in the last episode we updated to beta 1.1 and we again didn't really see the addition of anything, but what we did do was work on these very nice beachside shops over here. So we just decorated this whole area, finally put in some life to this section of the town, and I think it turned out pretty well. So in this episode we are continuing our journey in beta 1.1, which yet again is a very small update. So we'll be continuing with building things, but this time I wanted to do something a little bit different. I feel like I say that every time, but yeah, this time we're going to be doing stuff actually outside of the town. So what I wanted to do was head over that way, so in the northeast or northwest direction. A couple episodes ago, I think, no, not a couple episodes ago, it was quite a while ago now, I think it was episode 5, where we did our nice little boat adventure. We did actually stumble upon a skeleton farm. Or a skeleton dungeon, I should say, in the ocean, which I thought was pretty cool. So what I wanted to do today was actually sail out there and build a skeleton farm, so we can get our hands on, you know, just an easy way to get arrows, and also in preparation for beta 1.2, an easy way to get bones as well. So yeah, what I'm pretty much going to do is I'm just going to pack up a bunch of cobblestone with me, because I'm planning, you can see I've already kind of got some lava here, because I'm kind of planning on doing a interesting kind of build there. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but I'm thinking we could do some kind of like castle looking thing around it, and then maybe get some like lava flowing, just something like that. I thought that would be pretty cool. It would be a nice change of pace from all the other stuff we've been doing as well. Again, I don't know how much of this I'm really going to need, but I'm just going to grab that much. That should be fine. But before we do actually leave, I just want to quickly drop by into this garden. And I just want to show you guys something. If you do remember, when we worked on this garden 2 episodes ago, we planted some trees, and I just want to say, the way these trees grew, it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. These 2 saplings grew into these really big trees, and I just thought it looked really cool. Especially this one, the way it kind of obscures the waterfall a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show. It's something very simple, but I just thought it looked really cool. But anyways, we'll head into our boat, and we'll begin our adventure over to the skeleton farm. Here we are at our lovely skeleton farm. Now, I haven't actually done anything with this, I don't think. I believe it's still sitting, yeah, still sitting completely unscathed. Now, we're going to need to kind of figure out how to do this, because, yeah, this is in the ocean. And the idea is to kind of do a, like a castle type design. Just something small. It's not going to be anything big. It'll be like a similar scale to the other zombie one we had as well. I'll probably just end up using the same design as that. So let me just get some basic shit. So I'm just going to put a chest right there as well. And we'll begin by, what I reckon is we'll just take some sand. And then we could just fill all that in with sand, just to kind of speed up the process a little bit. Alright. Let's go ahead and try this out. I noticed my performance has been tanking a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Kind of like just lags every now and then. Let me move this out of the way. Hopefully it doesn't break. Also, I realize this is going to be a bit of a hassle once the mobs come around. Let me kind of light up this island a little bit. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just make a nice ring around this, just to keep any water from flowing in, and then I'm going to do the old method of placing all that. I've got to be careful though, I think some skeletons spawn in. Oh, Jesus Christ. There he is. Bitch, dude. Fucking hell. Shit's so loud for no reason. Okay. All that cleared out. Just light this place up. Now we do have a little cave here. Alright, this is actually like a perfect location to get the water to flow into. So we'll do that. But first things first is we need to get out of here. And in order to do that, I'm just going to use some cobble. I don't need to stack the sand. And the second thing is we do actually need to widen this. I forget how wide I made the other one, but another thing we might need to do is widen it, because I think I did like a square shape for the other place. I forget how big it was though. I don't remember if it was like 3 out in all directions, which I think it was. So all we need to do is just bring these walls out by 1. And that should be relatively easy. We just need to do the same thing with the sand one more time. But let me actually just store like most of this cobble in here. We don't need to hold on to it right now. Same with these lava buckets. And this extra water bucket. That's going to all stay in there. I didn't actually need to bring 2 water buckets. There's a whole ocean around here. I only bought that just so I didn't need to go find water like last time, but there's no need for that. Let's bring those out. Thankfully the water is very shallow. Awesome. And we get digging. You may have also noticed I've re-equipped my diamond tools here. I forgot that I had these, I'm going to be honest. I checked through my chest and I was like, oh, I've got a diamond pickaxe that I've like only used once. I think a couple of times. I think I've used like once or twice. I used it. I think the last time I used it was that time I gathered like a whole bunch of obsidian. I actually forget what I gathered all that obsidian for. But yeah, that was the last time I used it. What episode was that? God, I've already forgotten. But as time goes as well, I do want to kind of branch out. Fucking hell, dude. Like, fuck you. Holy shit, dude. Sorry about that. Yeah, no. That was so fucking loud. That just annoyed the shit out of me. I'm so sorry. But anyways. So, yeah, I've been kind of wanting to, like, branch out to, like, some other games as well. Not exactly sure what else to do. I feel like I've spoken about this before. I honestly cannot fucking remember, but... Subnautica is one of them. I have actually recently done some streams on Subnautica. I did beat the game in hardcore in preparation for playing the Death Run mod, which is something I'm thinking of doing on stream, and I'll probably upload those as videos. It's just because I don't want this series to be my only thing I upload. Like, it pretty much is the only thing I do right now, like, you know, upload-wise. I do stream, but, yeah, those are streams. Not everyone's going to tune into them. And there's obviously not much quality behind them either. And my cat's at my door. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. Had my cat interrupting. But yeah, okay. So anyways, let's just move on with this. So I think this should be fine. In terms of the thing now. Okay, we're gonna need to be real careful though. Because once I place this water, it's gonna destroy all these torches. So what I might need to do is actually like just elevate these torches real quick. Just so there's still light. I'm hoping that they still work. I think if I just kind of place them like this in all these corners, is not the way. The good thing is we could also get a bunch of mossy stone from this. That would look really cool in some builds. Oop, that destroyed that one actually. But I will do that. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna get water here. We're gonna see how far it flows. Right up to there. So let me actually grab a bit more. Let me just remove that temporarily. I'll grab the other bucket. And let's just see what it was, because we need to figure out how much we need to dig out. Okay. Go bang. Uh-oh. Yeah, zombie. Maybe go like that. Just be careful. Where are you? Can I use F3? Can I cheat? He's in the water. I hear him swimming around. Alright, and then we're just gonna kind of dig like that, and then bang, 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 bang. There we go. The water should all just flow in here now. And yeah, then we'll have our little... Yeah, cannot swim up there. We'll have our little hole there, and this is where we'll farm the actual things. But before we do any of that, what I'm gonna do is, yet again, empty this, and we're actually just gonna dig up all this mossy stone here. I want to take all this with me, because if any of you don't know, I'm sure majority of you know this if you know anything about old Minecraft, but if any of you don't know, the reason I'm doing this is because mossy stone is almost like a sacred thing. You could only find this thing in dungeons. There's no crafting recipe for it in beta, so this is the only way you can actually get it. It's a little bit annoying, but adds a cool bit of value to it, I guess. The good thing is that the dungeons are very, very common, so it's quite easy to find more of this if you need it. Just go caving for a little bit, you'll end up running into a dungeon. Yeah, there's my little trivia for the day. So I'm hoping that this should be fine. I'm assuming the skeletons should still spawn, like, around anyway. Right, let me get rid of this guy, he's making too much of a ruckus. Hey man, how's it going? We spawned on that island, didn't you? Fuck it. It's nice to have a diamond sword again. Miss this thing. Alright. Now, the next order of business is to work on the room. So essentially what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of getting the actual functionality of the thing first, and then we'll work on actually decorating the place and, oh good lord, making it cool. Let me just block that up. Need room. I don't need water flowing down here. Get that out. Lock that up. Move that torch. Okay, so again, I gotta kind of remember how I did this, because I'm gonna be honest, I forgot. We can possibly do like a drop where they just lose all their health. I don't think that, yeah, you know, I don't want to do that. That's too much work. So we'll just have them kind of line up here again. We're gonna have to have them flow through, I believe, because if we don't, they're all just gonna get grouped up there. So just for the sake of the thingy, we're gonna do that. And then it's probably best to bring this down as well, so they kind of flow down. Probably block that, I think. They'll probably bring this even further back. I'm just trying to safeguard this so they don't, like, attack me through here. And then, yeah, we could just kind of attack them from their feet, like this. So that should work, in theory. I should just be able to hit them through here. We might maybe need to put a slab just for protection, but I'm not 100%. Let me just get out of here. I'm just going to make a staircase that goes up out to the shoreline here. Ow. Yeah, that is the ocean. That is not where I want to dig out to. Hold on, you are further. Oh, for God's sake. Is that the beach? No, it's not. Why would it be? And up we are. Nice. Okay. So, we're probably going to have to give this a little test run. In doing so, I might need to block off the sunlight, because I'm pretty sure that's going to prevent them from spawning otherwise. But we can get rid of this, actually. Let me just dig this out. I'm gonna just place these torches here again. That should hopefully do. Alright, bang, bang, bang. Just quickly. Just go around. I'm hoping to let them spawn. Okay, let's get up. Awesome. Oh wait, we do need to make a sign as well. Let me not forget that. I want the water flowing in. Alright, cool. Then we can make our sign. Just need that, and then a bit of that. Thank you. And we'll have to go back in there as well. I forget. Okay, let's go down. Place you. Done. And just quickly place our water down. Bang. So that should just form all in through here. I'm hoping they won't, like, get stuck or anything. Again, this is all just my design. I don't know if this is going to work properly or not. I might need to maybe let the water roll out a little bit more. That might be a thing I have to do. Regardless, let's just check this out now. So if we go back up, yeah, they're currently not spawning, so yeah, this needs to be blocked off from sunlight. Oh, hold on. I should place that back. Water. There we go. Bang, 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 bang. There we go. My cob. I see you there. Thank you. Oh, and then just bang and... Wait, no, can they flow down? I'm gonna open that up just so it's kind of assure that they can get down. But I might need to block that off again, just in case I like keep swimming up and down and shit. But that should be fine. Now, let's do what we meant to do, which is block this off. You know, one thing I was thinking that would be pretty cool is for this castle to have like a glass floor and be able to see the spawner below you. Okay, he's already spawning. Oh yeah, we won't need to block it off entirely. I think that should just get the job done. Should have bought more food, for fuck's sake. These guys do really pack a punch. Let's see, where are you at? It's coming through. No hits. Awesome. But I think that might need to be blocked, and I think this is probably gonna have to flow out more. So let me just kind of... Hold on. He's really scuffed right now. don't need to do that. I do need to do that. Just here. Bring it back to like here. I'll have it still face this way. If I break that, that should hopefully bring the water in. Oh, what am I doing? This needs to be taller. Okay, hold on. I'm having a lot of trouble right now. Bear with me. Okay, that should hopefully bring them in more better, instead of them just all getting stuck around there and bobbing up and down. That should be a little bit better. Just might need to look out though, they might be able to shoot me. I'm like back there, so it's probably best to stand back while that happens. Let's see, I'm gonna block this off completely now, because it seems like it's still being altered. Oh, missing one. There we go. Alright, there we go. Now they're spawning in. Let's head down and see. Looking forward, he's coming through. Very slowly though. Okay, he looks like he's getting stuck over there. Clearly the water's doing some shit. It's kind of helping him stay there, which is an issue. This wasn't a problem in the other one, because I think the zombie farm, I had the killing area set right next to there, so that didn't really end up being an issue. Okay, this is what's doing it, I think. I think that needs to be opened up, and then that should hopefully let it operate normally. And there they are. So that's going to kind of knock him back a little bit. I think... What? Okay, hold on. Yet again, let me disable this. I might need to actually go through with this idea of having them drop down. It doesn't need to be far, but if I do that, then that will prevent them from moving back. So here's what we're going to do. First, let me just block that off, so that isn't an issue. We're going to bring this down. Have that be like a little dropping hole. Oh, there's some coal. Let me get this all done. Awesome. Okay. So what'll happen is the water will stop. No, the water won't stop there. It will stop right here. And then they'll just kind of drop down into this hole here, which I can go down just at the foot level, right there. And then I can kill them like that. So let me let the water flow. Yep, so that'll push them down, they'll fall down there, and that will just make the whole job a lot more easier. Because if I do it the other way, they just end up getting pushed back whenever I hit them, so it takes even longer. We don't want that. Alright, take 3. Let's see, how efficient will this be now? There we go. And beautiful, look at that. So I'll just take the 2 hits from the thing. I think eventually what I will do though is actually bring this like well down so they lose a good amount of health already. And if we just one hit them. I mean, I can probably also just set this up as like a grinder type of thing. Where I'll remove that block so I can actually pick up the stuff. But because if I do like a grinder type of thing, then I'm pretty sure we could just get the loot anyway. I don't think it really matters if the player kills them or not. Yeah, the only reason we'll need to be worried about that is if we were making an XP farm, but we're not making one here, so it's not a very big issue then. So yeah, I can just have them drop to their death entirely. But I think I'll just leave it like this, honestly. I don't think I'm too fussed about making a whole drop, but we'll look into it later. Anyways, back up, we're gonna begin the decoration process here. We're gonna actually move on to the interesting stuff now. So let me open this up once again. Let the light shine through. I'm gonna just let the last of them flow in. Also, I figured out that if you go on F5 and, what was it, F5, and then F1, it does this, like, front perspective. I didn't know about this. I might have maybe noted this in a previous episode, but I thought that was pretty cool. Just a interesting little factoid, I guess. Interesting little factoid. Alright, let's hop back down, get rid of you guys, and should be good to go. Alright, now, I think all that's simply going to happen this year is all the walls will just be changed to cobblestone. Again, nothing too intense. This is going to be a bit of a hassle. Hold on. I need to be quick. And my shovel is already gone. That's fun. You are a fuckwit. You are so... Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm actually dead. So, why is there two of them? Actually, why is there two of them, man? For God's sake. This is why you pack more food with you. Don't be a fucking fool like me. Alright, you know what this calls for? An emergency shelter. I'm gonna wait until the morning. Okay. Hold up. What if I do this and then... Yeah, there we go. Take a peek over. Is there anyone around? I don't think so. I think I'm safe to hop out. Oh, you're there, but you are gonna get hit with a barrage of arrows. This is an absolute mess right now. Alright, awesome. Okay, I should be free to place the water back. Hopefully on spawn. Alright, real quick. Real quick, real quick, real quick. Let's get in and out. Bang, bang. Ugh, come on. There we go. And block that off. Awesome. Just do the rest of here. Awesome. We'll kind of decorate all this as we go, but let's pop back up to the surface now. And let's finally start doing this castle. So, first order of business is we'll block this off, just let it operate to its thing. And we'll just remove these corners here. And then we're going to just kind of circle around. I agree, cave sound, I agree. Let me just change this corner here, hold on. Alright, cool. Next thing is to bring up the walls here. So the way I want to kind of do this is, see, I don't know if I want the entrance to be that way, or if I want it to be that way, or if I want it to be there. So, because if we come in through the ocean, it's probably best to actually do it out here, because we'll see it like first thing. But then this is right next to the land. This is a no-go, like there's no reason to do it that way. And this way is also pretty alright, but I'm not too sure. You can just have multiple entrances, it's not the biggest issue. Let me just kind of do some corner walls here. It's obviously not going to be how tall it is, I'm just kind of getting these in place. Awesome, yeah, I think 3 wide for the doorway is probably how I want to go. Yeah, something like that. Now, how do I want to do this though? I think I'll have the entrance be here. You can maybe just have like a walkway out in front, just like that. That could look cool. So let me just block all these other ends off. Okay. Maybe shouldn't have activated the farm. It's gonna be making a lot of noise now. That's okay. Okay, bang, bang, go up. Let's see. How's that look from the bottom? I think that's fine. As far as castle entrances go, it's probably the best I can really get. This thing is not going to look all that pretty either. I should just give fair warning. Alright, just bring all this into inventory. I hear you. I hear you, I hear you, I hear you. And just use dirt to get back up. Okay. I might just bring it up one more. Cool. And I think here we can kind of like do like an outer rim. And we'll do like the little things. I'm just hoping, hold on. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, it's gonna be weird. Of course it is. Of course I couldn't get this to be even. Hold on, if I do there. Okay, if I do 2 block gaps, we can get it to work. I think. No, there's gonna be an actual block there, I forget. Wait, so... Oh wait, no, I did it there. So... Bang. There we go. Okay, cool. Never mind. It can work. Alright, cool. And then, I think this is honestly a good opportunity to actually just block all this off, make a ceiling. Because then I can actually do that glass floor thing I was talking about before. Actually, no, would I be able to? I'm not sure. We'll figure it out, hold on. I'll see if the lighting inside here affects the spawning. Pop all that off. And then, we need to get our staircase up here. Just like that. Awesome, let's go have a look at this from the front. Yeah, I think that works. Pretty goofy looking, but not really trying to go for anything crazy. But I think I want to just like in these corners, get some lava flowing. Let me actually kind of move this. I'm gonna do that. I think I should be fine to just kind of bring in some blocks like that. That shouldn't affect anything. But if I grab my lava buckets now, which I'm gonna do a little dirt bridge like that so I can get in and out easily. Let's grab all of these. Let's have a look now. If I do this, is it gonna flow out? No, it's not. Cool. Oh no, it is. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna need to kind of block that off like that. Then. Same thing. Got some lava flowing, of course. And yeah, then we got some like, I think that looks like a little face. I think that looks pretty cool, so we'll just leave it like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I like that. Now the rest of the lava, I won't have it be visible from the outside, but it would be cool to just do some more in all these corners. Yeah, and I think even what we can maybe do is just get the lava to kind of like flow around the edges here. Oh, no, I did not think about that. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not very smart, am I? I can bring these down. Let's grab that. Let's grab that. Let's grab that. Cool. I'll probably grab some more lava later on to kind of like even out the flow. But, over here... now... What would have been cool was having a... Now I'm just thinking, how are we going to do the entryway to the thing? I didn't really think this through. I just built this directly above the spawner, but I'm just thinking, how are we going to do the entry to the actual killing area? Do I even like this? I don't know if I really like this, I'm going to be honest. I think it would definitely look better if it was kind of figured out. I'll just kind of do like a little design like this. We are going to want to have something that goes up to the top too. I didn't think about that either. Hold on. Alright, you know what? I'm going to just kind of... Yeah, I'm going to block off the side things, whatever. We'll leave it blocked off for now. So I think I do want to get a ladder that just goes up to the top. What are you doing here, man? Okay, just gonna... Actually, do I want to do that? I'll probably just light it up like this. I think we'll maybe get some glowstone later on, just chuck it up here. But I just want to do that, just to prevent any hostile mobs from spawning up here. Okay, now, inside here, we can possibly have another ladder just on this end. And what we can do is have that kind of just lead into like a tunnel, and that will go down to the killing area. It's gonna be a bit tough though, and I'm hoping that me kind of bringing this down doesn't really interfere with the actual farm. Be careful. See, I'm not too sure. Alternatively, hold on. Let me smelt some glass here. And just we could do like 16. That should be fine. So I want to see if this glass floor thing works out first of all, and then we'll worry about this stuff. Let me just hop down and grab any blocks that have fallen. Now, I can make the entrance on like all 3 sides here. That is possible. Get away with that. I think I might do that, honestly. Kind of takes away a bit from the actual castle thing, but I'll do the same thing with these blocks as well. Get rid of this. Yeah, it makes the lava a bit more visible too. I think it looks pretty neat. Just put it around here. Yeah. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do it here though. That's the only thing. So I don't know how that really looks. I mean, that should be fine. We can get away with that. Hold on, wait, are these need to be taller? Just slowly figuring this out as I do it. Again, another build that doesn't really have much of a plan associated with it, so it's all just off the cuff. Got these guys now. Right, is that still gonna work? It's the $1 million question. I think it should. I mean, it looks dark enough down there. Just get rid of these. Might not. Let me kill some of these guys. Might be taking up the limit. Assuming there is a limit for this. No, I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, I think there's... Oh no, it is. Nice, awesome. Alright, so we can have our little glass floor like that. That should just look pretty cool, I guess. See down into the dungeon. I'm gonna leave it just as a 3x3 for now. We can maybe make it bigger later. But I just want to play it safe and just leave it like that, because that seems to be what works. I really honestly like just make these into like windows. And the main entrance could be here. See now, the big problem is just how am I going to get down to the loot room? What I might maybe do, like I could change the direction this goes. I only linked it that way because that's where the cave was, but I might change it entirely and just have it go like that way or something. So then we can get a loot room that kind of works out a bit better. Yeah, I'm just thinking, how can I do this now? See, if I had made this a little wider, what I could have done was, I could have just made the ladder kind of just go into the side of the dungeon and then just be able to walk down into the cave like that. That would have made life a lot easier, for sure. But I don't know if that's something I want to do right now. I've already kind of built up the whole thing. And now, I probably just want to get like an actual proper outdoor thing here. I'm not sure how this is really going to be. What are you doing? Could just leave it like that. Walk in, got the actual thing down there, but again, now's the problem of trying to get the, oh, also, I realized I might have stuffed up. I think I was meant to dig the floor down by 1. I think that it's better if the spawn is kind of suspended in the air a little bit more. I realized I forgot to do that, so oops, but it still works fine, so yeah, it's just in case like any skeletons are in the back that I get stuck against it, but that's gonna happen, so we'll probably change it up anyway. I think, okay. If I kind of brought this whole platform out, get your fucking egg and get out of here. If I brought this out a little bit more, I could honestly probably like have a staircase just out here. Just fill all that in. Like, I could honestly just, like, chuck something here. It just loops around. Hold on. Let's figure something out here. We make another shovel. And let me also just make some stairs. 8 should do us fine for now. With that. I have to... I could probably make that into a slab, honestly. Okay. We can definitely manage this, I reckon. It's gonna be a little bit of a tight squeeze, but it's alright. I just gotta pretty much bring this down all the way. Which that should work perfectly. No, never mind. Needs to go around a bit more. If we just bring this out. I'll just gather this coal. Hold on. I'm not going to give up on that. Give some of this gravel. Alright, let me just hop out of here real quick. We need some more stairs and slabs. There's a bit of a disaster going on right now, boys. Okay. Let's go... Just get a bunch of stairs. I'll just get a bunch of slabs. Don't think I'll need this much, but oh well. Bang, 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 bang. I'm gonna do this here. Get some stone slabs like that. Right here we can have a chest for any swords and stuff. There we go. Oh, got a little bit there. There we go. And there we go, that should be good. It's just now, just kind of looks a bit awkward because you just got that there. But yeah, that's that. Is there anything I can do on this side? I'm just thinking. Probably not. Alright. Let's clean that up. I'm gonna pack up this bacon as well. Don't need this anymore. Some final touches. Just grab a sign. We'll grab 2 signs actually. There we go. 2. Let's do that. If we hop back inside here, just go bang, bang. Can I place these on there? I cannot. Okay, hold on. Alright, I'll do this. No, let me do this. Bones. Bing, 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 bing. Arrows. Bing, 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 bing. And I can just use this extra sign actually. Let's just hop down into here. Swords. There we go, cool. Just kill all these guys, get all the arrows, and yeah, there we go. Okay, now is there anything else I want to add? Really? Oh, that's gonna catch fire, isn't it? Of course it is. Hold on. Hold on. Got like kind of safeguard this a little bit. If I just do that, yeah, that should be fine. That should hopefully prevent any fires. Yeah. So this is definitely a little bit of a mess, I won't lie. A lot of conflicting ideas with this one. This is one where I'm really going to ask you guys for some suggestions. If you have any suggestions of like where to maybe move the staircase or anything else to add at the front area here, please do let me know, because it is kind of blank right now, or just anything to change about this. I think right now it's operational enough. We'll hop back down in there later on and we'll kind of fix up the spawner a bit, because it does like, it's better if we kind of lower the floor down a little bit as well. Just so the skeletons don't get caught on there. But so far it seems like they're fine, but it seems to be getting caught anyway. And it is perfectly operational, so it's getting the job done. But yeah, I think just this front area is something I want to kind of change up. Because yeah, right now it's a little bit of a mess. It's putting it very lightly. So let's okay, let me throw away shit I don't need. I don't need that, I don't need that, I don't need that. I don't need the feathers, honestly. And hold on, my WP stuck. Now, let me break this. Can I pick up everything? I can. Alright, I'm gonna need room for the thing. Why do I have a door? Alright, that was just one I had. I could throw that away. Just want to grab these back. Let's take my crafting table. And do I really need the furnace? Not really. But I'll take it anyway. Just throw away those ladders. And yeah, I'll quickly just cover up this hole here as well on the beach. And also just fix the shoreline. Do that. Oh, hold up. We'll just patch this here. And alright, cool. And then we should be good. I think that's everything. Yeah, I mean, look, this gets the job done right now. I think more can be added. I just wanted to get this out of the way, especially because, you know, in preparation for beta 1.2, it would be nice to get an easy source of bones. So that's what this pretty much is right now. I think it turned out pretty well. Better than I expected, if I'm being completely honest, because, again, I went into this with, like, no plan whatsoever. I think it kind of looks funky with, like, a little face. But yeah, once again, any suggestions, please do let me know. I'll be more than happy to listen to anything you guys have to offer. But we're not quite done here. There is one more thing I want to do, and that involves us heading back to our base. So let me just do that first. Alright, so one final thing that I wanted to do before we end this episode was actually a suggestion that I got from Freaky Frog in my Discord server. So what he suggested was to make a room with a Herobrine spawner, or a Herobrine totem. The way he suggested it was doing some sort of room with a bunch of the same painting and then having another room made out of mossy cobblestone that had the totem in there. I'm going to kind of alternate that a little bit. It's going to be a little bit different from that. I'm not going to do the whole room with the paintings, but I'll show you guys what I've already kind of set up over this way. So if we just head over down to our library room through here. I think it was this one. There we go. So if we walk in, as you can see, I've added 2 new paintings onto these bookshelves here. Now if we go up to this painting right here, you can already kind of see it. And we just hop through, here we go. Here is our room in which we'll be building the Herobrine spawner. So, reason I'm doing this, there's no particular reason. I just thought it would be funny to do. I really like the suggestion, and it's a, you know, this is Minecraft Evolution. We like doing the old style stuff, and you know, I thought this would be a perfect thing to do. So I've gotten all the resources necessary to make this thing, along with our flint and steel here. Now, there was 2 versions of this I can make. I could have either made the Herobrine totem, which was kind of like the vertical one. I think it was like 2 gold blocks and like 2 netherrack, or I forget how that one was, honestly. But I personally am a bigger fan of the spawner, and I didn't really have much room to work with, honestly. So that's what we're gonna have to deal with. So let me just move that over so we can see. We're gonna make a ring of gold blocks like this. We're gonna then put mossy cobblestone in the center, put netherrack like that. We're going to surround this with 4 redstone torches. Just get rid of this, and then we are going to light this up. There we go. Alright, awesome. So, here is our Herobrine spawner. Something very basic, literally like a 2-minute job, but I thought this would just be a really fun thing to add into the world. You know, just add it on top of the other thing. And, you know, it goes without saying, if you do have any suggestions, it could be something big, it could be something small, please feel free to leave them in the comments, or if you're in my Discord, you can leave them there too, and I will be more than happy to add them in. So yeah, there is our little Herobrine spawner room. Unfortunately, I couldn't make this too big though. I did kind of add these like side things. I thought they would kind of look cool. It did kind of cover up a lot of room though, so I don't know. But yeah, whatever. It gets the job done. And there is our lovely, lovely, lovely Herobrine spawner. Alright, and I think that is pretty much where I want to end this. So, we didn't do too much in this episode. It was, you know, again, another basic one. I just wanted to get that skeleton thing done in preparation for beta 1.2, and this cow is ruining my day. But yeah, I just pretty much wanted to get this done in preparation for beta 1.2, and also just do a fun little extra thing. So yeah, that is pretty much going to wrap up our beta 1.1 journey. So moving into beta 1.2, there is a lot to see. But again, I think beta 1.2 is probably the biggest of all of like the old Minecraft updates. I think it honestly brings in the most amount of things. So there's going to be a lot we do. I think what we'll start off with is probably going out some new chunks and finding all the new stuff. You know, we do have the new tree types of the birch and spruce trees, not the actual wood themselves, but we get the logs and stuff too, so that'll be really good for builds. We get lapis as well, so likely chances a good chunk of the episode is probably going to be mining. And we get, you know, colored wool, we get note blocks, dispensers, cake, we get so many new things. And I really cannot wait to finally get to play with everything. But if you did enjoy this episode, please feel free to leave a like. Let me know how you felt in the comment, if you hated it, if you loved it, if you have any criticisms or anything to you know, help me out with, please do let me know. Any feedback is welcome. And yeah, so if you do want to stay along with this journey, please feel free to subscribe, turn on notifications, and if you want to, you can join my Discord. You can get pings for uploads and streams and everything there. I do here and there stream in this world, majority of the time just gathering resources and stuff, but if you want to join into any of them and just chill and chat, say anything, feel free. I'm usually streaming quite often, so just keep a lookout for that. But with that all being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.